Welcome back. We will continue with our standard functions in message mapping, and the next type is the Boolean functions. Boolean functions are used to evaluate conditions that result in either true or false. There are 10 Boolean functions available in message mapping. We will try to discuss each one of them by implementing a simple transformation in our CPI. These are the source and target sample XMLs we are going to use for this session. In the source XML, we have employee data. We have multiple employee details like employee ID, first name, last name, department, employment type, etc. Then in the target side, we have processed employees as the root tag. Under that, we have multiple employees, and each employee contains employee ID, full name, department, senior benefits eligible. So we have a couple of fields. We are going to implement some transformation logics for all these target fields. And this is my data mapping sheet. Here I have source fields which I need to map to the target fields and the transformation logic as well, right? So we will try to implement this, but what should we have as a prerequisite when we try to implement the message mapping? We need source and target structures, right? So I have generated both source and target structures. This is the source structure and this is the target structure. So how do we generate these schemas? Using a simple online tool, XML to XST converter, or if you are comfortable working with XST, you can write your own XST. Fine. Let's use this in our message mapping. I am going to the CPI tenant. I'll turn on the trace. I have already created an integration flow for this Boolean functions. I'll take timer and remove the start. For our sample XML message, I will have a content modifier. Now, in the message body, let's copy paste what we have in our source XML. Now, let's take the message mapping and create a new message map. I will say mn emp underscore boolean. You can create, upload the source, and the target. Now, let's start our mapping. I'm going to expand this. Now, if we look at our data mapping Excel sheet, we have to map employee ID to EMP ID. There is no transformation logics involved. That is a straight mapping, and there is a logic for first name and last name. We have to map it to the full name field, and the mapping logic is to concatenate those two values with a single space. That's fine. And for the department, that would be a straight mapping again. So let's do these three mappings. First, I will start with the root tag. I will map both the root tags and employees map to employee. That's it. And the employee ID. For the full name, I will take first name and last name. And to concatenate these two, we have a standard function called concat, which is of type text. We haven't discussed about text, but we will use this function for now. Basically, it will combine two fields, two inputs. This is, and we have to specify a delimiter. In our case, just a single space. Fine. Connect this to target. Now, The department would be a straight mapping. Now, let's move to the other fields. For senior benefits eligible field, we have to consider three input fields: status, employment type, and experience years. And what is the logic here? We have to evaluate three conditions together. The status should be active, and the employment type should be full time, and the experience years should be greater than or equal to 5. If an employee satisfies all these three conditions, we have to return true, otherwise we have to return false. So, let us see how to implement this logic. So, what are the three fields that are involved in this logic? Status, employment type, and the experience years. Now, click on this logic and we have three fields in picture now. So, let us do it one by one. What is the first condition? Status should be active. So, I will compare if the status is equal to active or not. So, how we can do that? We can take a constant, search for constant. Basically, this function or this option is used when you want to hard code a value. So, what is my hard code value here? I have to check if the status is equal to active or not. So, how can I check if these two strings are equal or not? We have a function called equals, and we are comparing two string values. So, I will take equals bracket string. So, I will compare if the status is equal to active or not. Done. What is the next statement? The employment type should be equal to full time. So, let us do that. The employment type should be equal. I will take constant again. And what is the field value here? Full time. Full hyphen time. Right. So, we need to compare employment type is equal to full time or not. How we are going to compare two strings? Using equals function. So, I will try to map these two things. Done. So, what is our last condition here? The experience years should be greater than or equal to 5. Now, we are comparing two numbers. So, we have seen in our previous session how to use arithmetic functions, right? So, we are going to use those things. The experience years equals, no, I will take another constant, and how many years I have to check for? 5. So, what is the condition I am going to use? What is the function I am going to use? I am going to use greater or lesser. You can use anything. I am going to use greater for now. So, experience years is greater than 5 years from now. So, this is going to return a Boolean value, right? So, this function will return either true or false, and this equals function will also return either true or false, and same happens with this equal string as well. So, we have either true or false as result for these three conditions. So, how we are going to compare those Boolean inputs? Now, we have to rely on Boolean functions. So, here we have Boolean functions, and which function should I use? What is the condition again? Output is true only when all three are true. Here it specifies that all the inputs should be true. So, we have to use an AND statement here. AND will return true only if all the inputs are true or not. Okay. So I am going to connect these two statements, and again we have to use another AND. Why? We have to compare this third statement as well, right? So I am going to take another AND, and this is my second input, and the result from these two conditions is my first input. That's it. I am going to map this to seniors. So we have compared two conditions first and then compared the output from those two conditions with the third condition. Now let's move on to the next one. So leadership eligible. So what is the conditions here? Check two conditions. Is manager is equal to true or not? Bonus eligible is equal to true or not? Output is true when at least one of them is true. When you use at least, it simply means that even when one of the conditions is true, that is enough. It will return true. So we have to use OR statement here. What are the fields involved in this field mapping? Is manager and the bonus eligible. Now we have to compare these two things. So I am going to use a simple OR statement here. You can connect this to input 1 and this to input 2. This OR function will return true if either one of the conditions is true. That's it. So it will return false only if both the conditions are false, otherwise it will return true. Now let's go to the other field mapping. Is individual contributor. What is the logic? Flip the value of is manager. We have to flip the value. If the input is true, we have to flip it to false, otherwise flip it to true. Simple. We have a function called not. So we are going to use this function. I will involve is manager for this field as well. And what is the logic? We have to use a not function. This will simply flips the input. If it is true, it will generate the output as false. If it is false, it will generate true.